Alabama fans, what's going on? It's Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. We're getting you going today. Practice number 9, Alabama held their scrimmage on Saturday. And I think when you look at this team, you're starting to see an identity coming with this unit. You're starting to see guys starting to rise up following that practice. We distributed the projected depth chart on BamaInsider.com. We lead off footage with Jalen Waddle coming back for his junior season. One of the best wide receivers, of course, in the country. Good to see Bryce Young back at practice. Got Mac Jones, 21 of 36 passing during the scrimmage, going against the second team defense. So we'll continue to see how he does this season. But remember, hit that thumbs up button. Certainly appreciate you guys staying with us on BamaInsider.com. We dropped an earlier video today about Najee Harris, The Campaign. It'll be a 3-part series. Definitely check it out. You can watch live on Wednesday night on Najee Harris's YouTube channel. Definitely check back for more coverage on The Campaign. All right, so Brian Robinson, we've heard fantastic things about him. Really that he continues to shine early in fall camp. Glad to see he's going to be that guy as that number 2 back. I love the tandem of him and Najee Harris, as I've talked about several times. I asked the quarterback question earlier today. How many yards is Mac Jones going to throw for during this conference-only schedule? How many games is Bryce Young going to play in this conference-only schedule? I want to get your take inside the comment box. I know we're all excited to see what Bryce Young can do during that second Alabama scrimmage, so stay tuned for that. How about Paul Tyson? He's making waves. Don't sleep on this young man. We've talked about him several times. Sources continue to tell us that he's doing just fine, that he's right there, 6'5", 225 pounds. Don't forget about Paul Tyson. Another guy that you're not going to forget about is John Menchie. Now, when we look at the wide receivers, you talk about Devontae Smith, you talk about Jalen Waddle. John Menchie is your 3rd best wide receiver on this team. I think when you look at other guys on this roster, you're going to get more notoriety from a guy like Devontae Smith. Obviously, he caught for 1,200 yards last year. And you're going to talk about Jalen Waddle, probably a guy that you want to vote for a Heisman, right? An early Heisman candidate. But don't sleep on John Menchie. Hearing great things from him. Expect him to have a monster season during the 2020 season. Here's Javon Baker, number 5 right here, a freshman that we're hearing fantastic things about. And I think that number 4 spot, when you look at that wide receiver unit, could be Javon Baker, could be Slade Bolden. So if you followed my coverage, I continue to talk about that 4th wide receiver. Who's it going to be? Don't forget about Xavier Williams. Another shot of Mac Jones throwing to his quarterbacks. And here's Bryce Young. Look at that quick twitch. That's what I like about him. Getting that football out right there to Brian Robinson. I really like him in action. Another shot of Jahlil Billingsley, a guy I really want to see get on the field this year. Miller Forrestall, we heard from him today. Such a poised and polished leader for this Alabama team, the blocking tight end for Alabama. So a lot of guys coming back at that tight end unit that I'm excited about. Landon Dickerson at the guard position. It looks like Chris Owens will be the center this year for this team, which I like, at least early on, right? You got to go with your vets, as we've spoken about several times. Alabama going to do just that. Here's Dickerson again to the outside. And this is an experienced offensive line returning, so there's not much to say. I mean, you got Alex Leatherwood and you got Evan Neal coming back as the bookend. So it's really about these guys just getting repetitions. Here's Javon Cohen again, number 57. We've talked about him several times. Really like that push off the football, especially for a freshman coming in. But I think overall, the veteran leadership for this team, there's Damian George, number 74, big tackle. He's a freshman as well. I like what I'm seeing early on, and I think the offensive line is going to provide that continuity for the offense to really start out really hot against Missouri. That's why I like Alabama big. Here's another shot of the Alabama offensive line. There's Alex Leatherwood coming back. Another key note, Kaho is back after suffering a minor injury at the beginning of fall training camp. And then as long as this young man stays healthy, Alabama's defense is going to be in a fine position come the end of this season. Stay with BamaInsider.com as we continue to provide you with fall camp coverage. My name is Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. Hit that thumbs up button. We sincerely appreciate you guys subscribing and liking our content right here on YouTube.